we're here. We're only half an hour away. It's your boy, the fantasy certified board guru, right here. D-Love alongside Don't Call Me Sidekick. My man
D. Sanchez.
My man D. Sanchez in the building. What are we looking forward to coming up? A lot of people are talking about Washington maybe moving up to steal Haskins from the Giants. As you already know, I think Carolina's going to ruin the draft. Sorry, Arizona's going to ruin the draft with the first pick.
We got to get into that. We got to get into what Arizona's going to do because that expect to be surprised today, I think.
Yes,
There's gonna be some stuff goes on. It's just like, what?
Yes, there's a lot going down, my friend. Okay, we're half an hour away. Come back and join us right here at Brothers Talk Live. It's D. Sanchez, the fantasy football board certified guru. D coming to you. Get ready because we're hitting you live.
My board here.
All right, my friend, it's done. They did it. They went and took Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is the number one pick in this year's draft. What do you say, my friend?
Well, they took the full 10 minutes, so they were.
Sorry about that. They sure did.
And they were. That means, that, in my mind, they were trying to do something. They're trying to make a deal like we were talking about.
They took the whole 10 minutes. I thought there was a deal on the table. It looked like somebody was interested, but at the last minute, they pulled back, and now Kyler Murray is in his ravishing pink suit.
He does look good, though.
He does. Is your number one pick in this year's NFL draft. What do you think about it, my friend?
It's a head-scratching move, man. I mean,
I don't know.
If Kingsbury thinks that he can run that air raid offense and be the driver of that, then fine. You know, that's your pick. That's your future.
Yeah, that's it. And what does that mean for Rosen?
Exactly.
First of all, they couldn't shop him around. Nobody wanted to pick him up. Now they're stuck with a quarterback that has to be massively unhappy.
No. They still got to trade him. It's going to probably happen tomorrow. Maybe today, maybe someone gives up a late first.
No. For Rosen, no. Who do you see? No, I think one of the knocks on Rosen was because of the season that he had last year, nobody thought that he can come in and do anything this year. So what do you do with him now? I mean, and who wants to be Josh Rosen right now? Who wants to be this kid right now?
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, all the teams that need a quarterback, they're drafting high. So they're not going to give up a top 15 pick to get Josh Rosen. So maybe it turns into a second-round pick tomorrow. Maybe Washington, maybe Miami, maybe one of these teams, maybe the Cowboys, because they clearly need a quarterback.
We're not going to start this early. For all my Cowboy fans, take the day off, my friends. You don't need it today. Go love your families. We don't have a first-round pick. We don't need it. You know what we did this year.
Yeah, go rub your Jason Garrett doll and go sit in the closet.
Absolutely, my friend. He only has 4 games to make it happen. My thing is, with this pick, they needed so much more help. Why didn't they just trade down that pick and get 1 or 2 more players that could have helped them out with the whole team as opposed to taking a quarterback that A is going to make your backup unhappy and really does nothing for your team? Who is he throwing the ball to? You got an aging Fitzgerald. You got a good running back, but...
no, the package, that in a perfect world, they were able to ship that down and turn basically Kyler Murray into 4 or 5 pieces that they could start using right away. But that's not the direction that they went. Kyler Murray is a Cardinal.
It's official. He's a Cardinal. And
you know what?
I do not know what this says for the Arizona Cardinals. I do not know what this means for their franchise. All I'm saying is I do not like the pick. I do not know why they went that route. And
for the first time in recorded history, my friend, we're in total agreement.
That's right.
Usually it's like oil and water with us, but...
The guru strikes again. Okay, let's talk about who's on the clock, my friend. It is the San Francisco 49ers.
Time to get excited.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody's growing right now.
The stuff that we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
About Arizona, San Francisco needs to think about doing the same thing.
Now, okay, I think we both know there's not a chance in hell that San Francisco is going to trade this pick. I mean, knowing Joey Bosa's out there.
There is a chance.
I don't think you think there is?
You know how many teams want Joey Bosa right now?
That's true, but
so if you move up, if you're picking the Jets, your Tampa Bay, or the Giants, or Jacksonville, whatever,
right?
You want to move up, and you want to take Bosa. San Francisco conceivably trades down. They're still picking in the top 5, 6, 7. They can get an Allen. They can get an Oliver. They can get a Will. They can get a stud, and whatever the rest of the package includes.
True, but the question is, do they have the cojones to do it?
And Shanahan and my boy Lynch, man.
Well, think about
baby.
Think about this too. I just saw Kyler Murray in his tape.
Notice how San Francisco's taking the clock too. If Bosa was such a slam dunk pick, don't you think this would be boom gone? No. It's 6 minutes.
No, listen. You can guarantee they're taking one of the edge rushers.
Okay, how about this?
Okay, let's look at what they did in the offseason.
If San Francisco trades this pick, You got to buy me a shot of whiskey.
If they trade the pick,
If they trade the pick, you got to get up, take
You know what?
50s off. You got to go pick up.
no,
whiskey.
I'm going to buy you a double if they do it. You're getting a double.
Absolutely.
Of
You can
course,
have
my notes.
you can have a cranberry juice.
I got no problem with that, my friend. It's good for my kidneys.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about the moves you made in the offseason. What did Frisco do in the offseason to bolster up their team?
Well, it was more a case of what they tried to do,
Right.
and they couldn't quite do.
They couldn't
'Cause
get
they
Earl
made-
Thomas. We both lost on that
Yeah,
one.
and they
That
made
one
a
hurt.
huge push for OBJ, but
Yeah.
the Giants wanted the second overall pick.
Listen,
And you know what?
listen.
I'm glad that they didn't because he's not worth that pick.
Here's what I say for your San Francisco 49ers and why they should trade that pick and get two. Because there's a wide receiver out there that's a beast.
Oh, the
and,
pick is in. Here we go.
and you have nobody to throw the ball to. Okay, Brothers Talk, we'll be back. The pick is in. We'll be back after the next pick. It's the San Francisco 49ers, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna either be super disappointed or really excited.
No whiskey. We'll be right back. Bosa is a San Francisco 49er. We said it. We made the call. They didn't. I did not think they had the cojones to make the trade and actually move some things around. But hey, let's look at it. They got a beast. They got what I think is the consensus. They picked up the best player in this year's draft. And anytime you do that, you're going to improve your franchise. As a San Francisco 49er, you're not going to have a lot to be happy about this year. You should be happy about this, my friend.
Yeah, no, I got no complaints. Like I said, it's a win-win situation. Either we do a trade, we get a whole bunch of draft capital back, and we probably end up getting one of those other top 10 picks. But getting Bosa, going with D Ford, all the other defensive guys that they added, like our D line is arguably one of the best in the league now.
You know what? I'm not going to argue that. You need secondary work. You need work with
Exactly. No, for sure. We have to get a safety. That's why I wanted to get Earl Thomas.
But you're definitely going to get pressure
that
off the
pass
edge.
rush?
Absolutely.
D Ford.
Listen.
And Bosa on the bookends.
Listen.
Armstead.
Listen. There's a lot of trouble. I'm not going to say
Then
your
you
defense.
got Quan Alexander patrol in the middle. But
My friend, your defense looks solid.
You two-thirds of the way of being a dominant defense. Now again, the secondary, Sherman's a little bit long in the tooth.
Yeah. But I mean, you add a safety to him. I mean, you needed help at safety. You put a safety that plays in the box or maybe a home run safety.
Yeah.
You're looking at that, but you do need a lot of help at DB, my friend.
No,
you have
and that's
nothing
the
over
thing.
there.
We're picking at the top of the second round too. We
Yeah,
can move up. We can do like there's a lot of good receivers too, and I really want that receiver. I think the next pick from San Francisco is going to be a wide receiver.
Well, we'll see. You know what? I would have made that move to pick up the receiver and get a bit of defensive help. They didn't want to do that, but
here's the thing: when you're picking 34, 34, whatever they're picking at the top of the second round,
fair enough.
If they want to trade up,
Yeah.
like if you're sitting there at 28 or 29, and the Chargers and KC and New Orleans are sitting there, Green Bay.
But listen, we definitely know.
If they're sitting there and DK Metcalf or N'Keal Harry or one of the Marquise Brown is sitting there, you make the move to move up 5 or 6 spots.
Yeah, and we definitely know that they made a move. Okay, the Jets are on the clock now. My needs for the Jets.
This is an easy pick. This is a slam dunk.
It is. I number one.
Quinnen Williams.
My number one.
Quinnen Williams.
Listen,
he's been attached to the Jets.
He has.
He's going.
But look
He's
at Allen.
picked.
Allen is a beast too. But I say they need help out of the offensive line as well, and wide receiver because look what they did this year. They got Le'Veon Bell. Listen, Sam Darnold, most improved quarterback this year, guaranteed.
Yeah, Sam Darnold's good.
And if you looked at him last year, he played well last year. It wasn't like he played bad last year. He played really well last year.
And who's that running back they got there now?
I don't know, a little guy named from.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to be a lot of trouble. And I listen. I would like a wide receiver over there, but listen, they already have a solid defense. Their coach is defensive minded. Listen,
Well, if any of the guys from Pinterest Pool are listening to this, they understand the Jets don't need any wideouts.
Listen, they're going to get a beast.
Jamison Crowder and Quincy Enunwa are just monsters waiting to happen. Third-round picks, boys. Send a third-round pick. Either one can be yours.
Keep your business out the street. Okay, we're going to join back. The Jets are on the clock. It looks like the pick might be in when we get back. San Francisco did what I thought they were going to do. They kept Bosa. They didn't trade up. Maybe the Jets do it. Who knows? I doubt it. They need defensive ends. Listen, I think the first 4 picks in this draft were pretty much solid, and we're going on par.
How many times today are we going to call Nick Bosa Joey Bosa?
Did I call him Joey Bosa?
I think I called him Joey Bosa too.
We're going to have to get used to that.
Nick. They look the same.
Were they brothers maybe? No?
I think so.
Okay, pick should be in. We'll be right back with the Jets, my friend. And the
Guru
pick is
check.
in. Somebody is over here claiming to be the new guru. I don't think so. Tell him who just went to the Jets, my friend.
It's the same person I said like 5 minutes ago, Quinnen Williams.
Quinnen Williams is a New York Jet, but
told
listen,
you.
he did have a relationship with the Jets. That's true, though.
No, for sure. I mean, Josh Allen's good. He's
Yes,
better than good.
absolutely.
But what the Chez says. Chez says. Quinnen
Chet says,
Williams.
you know what? They got a beast over there, man. We're talking about another franchise changer. We're talking about somebody who's going to bolster that Jets defense that's already good. Listen, if you look at the Jets quietly, they're a couple of pieces away from doing some really good things. I mean, I love their coach. They got a really good system. Sam Darnold is going to benefit from having a better defense
One
this
of my
year.
favorite safeties in the league, Jamal Adams. Like,
Oh, my
seriously.
gosh, just amazing.
He's just fun to watch.
And the receiver's good. That Alamo, I can never pronounce his name. But he's a top
Who?
beast. The receiver with the Jets.
They got Crowder, who you signed a free agency.
Oh, okay, I'm not worried about Crowder.
Quincy Enunwa?
Anunwa, there's my boy, Anunwa.
Anunwa.
I love Anunwa.
Yeah, I know he's good if he stays healthy.
Yeah, well,
he
you know
always
what? But the thing about him that he didn't have last year is he has help now.
Yeah, no.
Because Crowder is going to give him some help. Listen,
And Bell's going to open up that offense completely. So when you have Le'Veon
Yes.
Bell, all of a sudden everything changes. So
everything changes. And look for the Jets to make a solid move against the Patriots this year. I mean, I like the Jets. And with this move here,
Yeah.
tell me about the beast, my friend.
Yeah, no, Quinnen Williams, man, 6'3", 303.
Oh.
Ran a 4.83. Like,
Oh.
all the numbers are there. And I mean, like,
Oh,
Alabama's one of those programs where you're running in a pro-style system already.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You're
yeah.
almost like a professional before you're a professional.
that's it. You're game ready when it's time, when it's
Yeah,
time to get
it's
here.
not like you're coming from like Appalachian State. You
No.
gotta try to figure stuff out. Like this kid's legit. So.
No, and he's ready, and he's football ready now. And I mean, he has the size for the game, he has the speed for the game, he has the smarts for the game. Listen, this is a very big move for these New York City
Yeah,
Jets.
and you know it's another good thing for the Raiders here because a guy like Josh Allen just fell to them at fourth.
Okay, let's talk about the Raiders. The Raiders are up next on the clock. My man Siri got here just in time. There's a few Raiders in the building.
I'm
Shout
still
out to
waiting
the
for the
Raiders.
first trade, man. Like I'm itching for a trade. I
Well,
wanna
it's
see
not going to
something
happen here because John
No, probably
Gruden
not.
has a chance right now if he doesn't mess it up to get Khalil Mack back on his team. I mean,
Yeah.
the top three defensive ends in this draft are we're talking franchise changers. There's one left. You know, I love Allen right now.
Now here's the one thing here. Here, leading up to the draft, some of the Raiders people were saying like expect to be surprised. Like maybe there's going to be some sort of a shocking move. Maybe,
Wait a minute.
maybe
We are
they don't-
talking about the Raiders and we are talking about Gruden. Anything is possible
and
right
maybe
now,
they
my
don't
man.
go Josh Allen. Ed Oliver's sick, dude. Ed Oliver is a legitimate.
I am not saying he's not.
legitimate
I am not saying he's
NFL
not.
Pro Bowl caliber player.
Straight up,
He's a
straight
freak.
goods. Straight up, straight goods. But Allen is he's scary.
And you notice how the clock's ticking. Maybe
Listen,
they're on the phone. Maybe
listen.
they're trying to make some sort of move.
It is the Raiders. Anything is possible right now, my
Because even
friend.
if they're only going to trade down like a couple spots, if you're going to get more picks, more draft capital, more stuff for the future, and you're still at 6 or 7 going to be able to land a
well,
generational
okay.
player,
Well, let's look
you
at their
gotta make
needs.
that move, man.
Let's look at their needs right now. They need a running back. They need a wide receiver. They need defense everywhere, and they have to have a defensive end. They have to make up for that mistake that they made with Khalil Mack last year. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like, the edge to me, I'm looking at my list, like, running back to me is a big need for the Raiders, but the edge is probably the most important thing. So, obviously, you look at who's left on the board, they can fulfill that need, like, right away.
but as we already know, Gruden is an offensive-minded coach, and he swears by his offense. I don't even think he likes defense, but he has to be smart in this case. No, am I wrong? I mean, as a Raider,
I've always been
if
a big,
you're a Raider,
I've
do you
always
give up
been
a
a big
pick right?
fan of you don't draft for need. You take the best guy on the board.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
That's
so
the way I
far,
look at this stuff.
and so far for me, this draft hasn't started yet because everybody's playing that. Everybody's doing that right now. But if you're a Raider,
Arizona wasn't playing that.
exactly. But exactly, if you're a Raider and you're Gruden, as we all know, do you make a move right now? Do you do something stupid?
I think you field offers. You listen to what people are throwing out there, and if it makes sense,
With everything you need, you would still make a move.
if it's to within the next 3 or 4 picks, like if you're sitting there with Jacksonville at 7,
Yep.
or the Giants,
Yep.
and they're at 6, and they want to move up to 3, and they're willing to give up this, that, and the other thing, you have to consider it. No,
Well, okay. Well, things are getting scary now because their draft is going down to the wire. We'll let you go now. Okay. The Raiders, of course, are going to take the whole time on the clock to figure out what they're doing.
So who's their pick?
I go Allen.
It's 1-0 for Ches right now. The Guru's behind. You gotta make.
No, no, Allen's my
go Allen?
Allen's my man right now. Who do you say?
Okay, I'll go Ed Oliver.
All right, Ed Oliver.
Oliver's the number 3 prospect on my list.
You know what? I'm not going to be mad at. Listen, I'm not mad at if he goes.
It's a win-win.
It's a personal thing. I have a thing about Allen. I feel him.
No, and he's ridiculous. Like he's a dirty player. So
that's right. All right.
And he's a Raider. He could be a.
That's what I'm saying. He's got that nastiness for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's a good Raider.
Okay, so the pick should be in soon.
2 minutes and counting.
That's it. We'll be back over the next round. It's the Raiders on the clock. Brother Stock, we'll be right back, my friends. Yeah. Raiders fans are making noise. I don't explain this one to me. I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand it. Talk to me.
I mean, Cleveland Farrell.
What do you think about this guy?
I had him ranked in my top 20. He's my 18th ranked prospect.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What do you? I don't do. I don't know what this guy.
this guy.
I don't know this guy. This guy. Me. I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy. That's what I need. I need a little water. Thank you, Samantha. The lovely Samantha. Here at Boston Pizza Live downtown.
Honestly,
as we host the 2019 draft.
I don't know what to make.
I don't know what that was just now, my friend.
Like if you're gonna take Cleveland Farrell, you trade the pick. You trade the pick. You move down. Cleveland Farrell's gonna be there.
You are correct, my friend. I do not understand what the Raiders just did. They just became the Raiders again. Like he's not. Like,
I used to believe in Mike Mayock, man. Mike Mayock was my boy on the NFL Network, man.
Yeah, I mean, you have Allen before him. You have Oliver before him, and you go this way. I mean, at best, he's a work in progress. He's a work in progress. I mean,
you got to give him a little bit more credit than that. Like he potentially could be.
He's a character guy.
He could be a year 1 starter.
He's a character guy. He has good character. He comes from good stock, but I do not understand this move from the Raiders at all, my friend.
No, especially because like this is kind of reminiscent of some of the trades that went down the picks that went down last year, where you pick guys, and again, Denzel Ward for Cleveland turned into what could be a wonderful pick, but in that spot last year, it was like you could trade down 4, 5, 6 spots, and still get Denzel Ward.
Yeah.
Cleveland Farrell, you could still get Cleveland Farrell if you trade down to 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to be there.
What did I say about last year? If you take Saquon Barkley like you're supposed to when you're the Browns, Mayfield's still there at 3. I don't care what anybody says. He's still there at 4. But again, it's John Gruden. Nobody knows why he does what he does. I do not understand.
This up now because now
but it really does.
I'm telling you, Tampa Bay's pick now becomes a lot more valuable to lower teams that need an edge rusher.
Okay, so let's talk about it right now. Tampa Bay's.
Tampa Bay to me, the slam dunk pick was going to be Devin White, linebacker at LSU. They need a linebacker. They lost Quan Alexander.
Wait a minute, whoa! They need receiver help like nobody's business, my friend.
You don't take a receiver in this draft that's just kind of thin at receiver in this spot.
But you have a quarterback that nobody believes in and is not proven.
You still got Mike Evans,
and is most likely on his way out.
You got Mike Evans, man. You build around that. You got O.J. Howard.
You had Mike Evans. You had Humphreys, who was like really up and coming and going to play some ball. You get rid of him. You got O.J. I still like O.J. Howard at tight end, even though he hasn't stepped up yet.
None of these wideouts are worthy of a top 10.
Okay, I'm baffled. Here we go. The draft, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you just joining us here at Brothers Talk, the 2019 NFL Draft. It's just started because the Raiders were the Raiders again and just acted like the Raiders and took something that I didn't know why they would take it or what they're doing. And
shout out to my brother Ryan Mensing, Raiders fan to the end.
Man, Ryan, like I feel you, my brother. I
don't know if you're one of the 9 people listening to this, but if you are, you got to be disappointed.
I hope you are crying in your towel right now. Okay, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. They're up next. What do you like for Tampa Bay, my friend? What do you like for Tampa Bay?
I'm thinking linebacker, man, but now, like I said, that pick becomes a whole lot more valuable to these teams that might want to trade up.
It sure does. Okay, we're going to keep them on the clock. And, okay, we'll be right back. I'm gonna sit down and try and figure out what just happened. I feel like my girl left me and I didn't know she was leaving. Brothers Talk, we'll be right back.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Raiders. John Gruden, welcome back to the league, John Gruden.
I would not be surprised if Tampa Bay made a trade right here.
You get rid of Khalil Mack and you replace him with his baby sister. Way to go, Raiders. Brothers Talk, we'll be right back, my friends.
Man,
Oh boy. I don't know what to say about this one. The New York Giants just took a quarterback that only his parents know. I didn't have him in my top 5 for quarterbacks in the draft this year.
to be fair, I had him ranked number 4. He's number 4 on my list, but still, like
Yeah, he's number 4 on your list.
Haskins was the pick,
Haskins
man.
was my number 1 quarterback, period, in the draft. I liked him better than the midget. This one, I do not get. I do not understand. But because it's the Giants, I absolutely love this pick. I love this pick. Tell me about this person, would you?
I'd have to go on to Google because
Exactly.
that I need.
Stay at home, Google his name. I know he went to Duke. He was a good friend
He has brown hair.
of Zion Williams. He's tall. He's strapping. I guess the New York area is afraid of the brother at quarterback.
Did you see the fans? Did you see the look on the face of the fans?
The best part about the draft this year has been the faces of the fans of New York when they looked at that pick. I completely do not understand what just happened.
I thought it was
I'm
a carbon copy of
flabbergasted.
those Oakland fans. It's the same face.
I'm flabbergasted. I have no idea what just happened, which is, as they say, transpired. New York, you got to live with them. There's a replacement for Eli Manning, kids.
Moving on. Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, another team that needs, I got right here, defense, and that's every position except maybe Jalen. Wide receiver,
I don't think so,
yeah.
man. The defense is okay. It's their O-line to me. Their O-line is their most pressing need. You got Foles now. You got to protect him.
Yeah, you gotta protect your quarterback.
This might be the first tackle off the board. This might be
they-
Jonah Williams is my number 1 ranked.
Your number 1
offensive
tackle?
lineman.
Jonah Williams, I like. What about also, do they get him a wide receiver?
Not yet.
You don't think they need a wide receiver?
They need wide receiver.
Well, of
but-
course. I think he has to get somebody to throw the ball to.
But not
As we
yet.
already know, the number 1 receiver in the draft is still out there. Nobody's taken him yet. He's still ready to go.
I don't think any wide receiver is going to go inside the top 10. I don't.
You're looking at the offensive line. So far, you've been batting 1,000. I am still flabbergasted by what the Giants just did. Right. I cannot believe what the New York Giants just did. Like listen, we're sitting here with papers. It's not like we didn't do research for this.
My girl Victoria.
Congrats, Victoria.
I'm sorry, Victoria. I love you to pieces, but this
Yeah,
is just.
I don't know. I don't know what just happened with the Jets. Okay, the pick is in. You're looking at the first offensive lineman, and you know what? He's a beast, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a beast.
There's
He's a
an
beast.
outside chance they go tight end.
Yeah,
TJ Hawkinson
yeah.
out of Iowa. That's a big need that they.
And you know what? Foles likes a tight end. Can't go wrong there.
If I was gonna bet, I go tackle. I go Jonah Williams out of Alabama.
Jonah Williams for sure. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go relax now and take a nap because I don't know what the Giants just did. The pick is in, and we'll be right back, Brother Stock. My friend, we just got a monster pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going to lie to you. I really had this individual ranked really high on my list. He was my second.
He's a baller.
Baller all day. I mean, Kentucky fed, Kentucky ready. I had him as my number 2 defensive end in the league this year, even though you went
I had him
with
number
Quinnen.
4. I had him number 4.
I love this pick. And on a team that already has a great defense, they just became a bit better.
Yeah, and I mean, I stay with what I said originally. They do need offensive line situation in the draft. So you pick the best player available.
Right.
They picked the best player.
And who saw this coming? Who thought he was going to slip down to number 7?
People were talking about him being possibly number 2.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I had him that high.
Bosa and Allen and Bosa. So
Jacksonville, you stole one this year, my friend. My boy, Ziggy. Woo!
So now we got Detroit on the clock.
But let's talk about Jacksonville for a second. Now that they shored up that defensive end, they got Nick Foles in the fold right now. Pardon the pun.
Come on, man. You're better than that.
You feel me? Maybe not. What do you think about the Jaguars this year? I'm really happy with what they just did.
I like them, but they're in a tough division, man. Houston's going to be legit. Tennessee is going to be they're tough.
Houston's fallen off, by the way. Tennessee.
Houston's
Tennessee.
not falling off, man.
Fallen off. Tennessee's going to improve immensely.
And then the Colts. That's a tough division, man.
Yeah?
That's 6 games against 3 really good teams.
Absolutely.
So they could end up being 10-6 wild card. They could be like 5-11 and toast. So,
Without question. Okay, and let's talk about not having a receiver since Calvin Johnson in Detroit. Do we need to give Stafford a receiver right now? I also say they need help at cornerback and defensive end, not knowing there's still going to be beasts out here right now.
Well, exactly. My number one need for Detroit was cornerback.
Yep.
But I don't think you go wide. Like, you got Kenny Golladay, still got Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
I feel like they let Golden Tate go.
That's it. I mean? They need that position, man. And we know there's a monster out there right now. Tell me his name at wide receiver.
Everyone's talking about DK Metcalf. And
Metcalf is crazy right now.
He's the sexy pick, but there is a couple other really good wideouts available too. We can talk about them later in the round because I think one, maybe two of them will go towards the bottom of the first round.
Does Detroit look at a wideout right now?
No.
You say no?
No, they're not even in my top three of their needs. And again, O-line is a huge thing for them too.
Yeah.
You got to protect Stafford. And I'm still going with my last pick, man. Jonah Williams is there. He's a beast, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go there. There's a couple good corners in this draft, but I don't have them ranked in the top 10. So I don't think, again, this could be a situation where you want to trade.
Yeah.
There's got to be teams that want to trade up. Ed Oliver's still available.
You know, we haven't seen a trade yet. I don't know if it's now. I say Metcalf. I say, listen, they got rid of Golden Tate. They need help at receiver. That's where I see them going. Or take that corner, the number one corner in the league. They need help over there, too.
But that's the thing. There's not a consensus number one corner. There's
yeah,
3 or 4
true.
guys. Like, I like Greedy Williams from LSU. He's a beast, but he's...
But wait, you still got Oliver out there. He's still the best player on the defensive side of the ball
Detroit
right now.
Needs an edge rusher.
Good call.
So
I say Metcalf. He says Oliver. Detroit's on the clock. Brothers talk. We'll be right back. Yeah, I love what just happened. The Detroit Lions picked up a beast at tight end.
Yeah, that pick kind of came out of nowhere. I was a little surprised they went tight end, but good pick.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford should be very happy right now. He's Gronk-esque, let's say. I think he's NFL ready right away.
No, he's definitely NFL ready. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be a Gronk type of guy. Stafford's not a...
Well, okay,
Tom Brady,
wait. Stafford gets a bad rap, but I think he's a very good quarterback for the first half of the season every year he plays. Very Philip Rivers-esque until last year, I would say. But I love this pick for Detroit. Detroit, they gave away Golden Tate. They don't have any help at receiver. They need hands for Stafford. This guy is maybe one of the top offensive players, period, in the draft. Great pick.
Yeah, no, I got no problem with this pick at all.
Great pick. Stafford's going to be very happy with this. He's going to get a lot of production out of this kid. They still need running back help. They still need receiver help. But at least he has at least one valve over there. I like the pick for
Here's
Detroit.
a question, though. Stafford's wife's going through a bunch of stuff, some medical things.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how he's going to react this year. Like, I mean, this has nothing to do with T.J. Hawkinson, but
right.
If I'm a Detroit fan, I'm concerned,
Well, I think he's a professional. I think he's going to leave it out on the field. I think, it might even inspire him to play a little better this year. You never know. For me personally, I love the call.
I still think there's other things that they needed to address. I mean, there's more pressing issues in Detroit, but again, there's nothing wrong with a 6'5", 250 tight end who can run. So
yeah, no, solid pick.
And what about Buffalo?
Listen, Buffalo. Oh my gosh, are they happy right now? They're going to grab Oliver. They have to grab Oliver at defensive end. Listen,
they need O-line help, man. Jonah Williams is still there.
Without question.
No offensive linemen have gone yet in this draft. Usually in the top 5, they go.
But who are they protecting in the backfield? LaShawn McCoy?
You got to protect Allen, man. You have to protect Josh Allen.
You do, yeah.
And he's a big boy, but you need to have offensive line help. And that was, I think, the number one thing the Buffalo needs.
Right, but don't you also have to keep him off the field? If you keep Allen off the field by your defense and you're making sure that he's not out there killing himself, let's just tell the truth. The Bills need help everywhere on offense.
They need help, offense, defense, special teams, everywhere.
Okay, exactly. They're one of those Cincinnati teams. Cincinnati, Raiders, There's holes everywhere.
So that's why this.
So
is
there
a
can't be a
situation-
bad pick. So I say,
This is a situation where you pick the best player available.
and is that not Oliver right now?
That's Ed Oliver.
There you go. That's what I say. But look, don't get it wrong. They may take a lineman. They're on
Pick
the
is
clock
in?
right now. Yeah, the pick is in.
Let's bet a shot of whiskey right now.
Okay, shot of whiskey. They take Oliver.
I'll take Jonah Williams.
Done. I am the as you all know out there in TV land, I am the board certified fantasy football guru. When I say it, that's how it goes. Oliver's going to Buffalo.
It hasn't worked out that way yet today, though.
Nobody wants to hear you. We'll be right back. Brothers Talk, baby. Yo, I don't want to say I told you so because I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do that all day. But
Got no problem with that pick. man.
wonderful pick for the Buffalo Bills, my friend.
Best player available on the board.
And they nabbed him. And listen, we both know there's no way he should have went that low. But for him to go that low and for the Bills to pick him up, listen, let's just say it. It hasn't been said for a couple of years now. I'm not going to say with this pick it changes everything. But other than Miami, there's a lot of dangerous teams out there in the AFC East right now. I mean, it's not a cakewalk for the Patriots anymore, and it wasn't last year either. Don't forget, the Patriots finished 11-5. It wasn't like they were great. But now, teams are moving up. Look out for the Jets. Look out for the Bills. I love this move for the Bills. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I had him ranked third. I thought the Raiders should have taken him at 4. The fact that he slipped all the way down to 9, that's a huge pick for Buffalo.
Crazy pick.
Still think they should have taken Jonah Williams, but you know what?
Whoa, I just thought of something. Denver. Haskins is still out there. He'd be a beautiful fit in Denver right now. Am I crazy?
Yeah, sit underneath Flacco for a little bit, learn the game. No, that could be a good pick. Although Denver also needs help on defense.
Where? I mean, okay, linebacker maybe safety, but
I wouldn't be surprised if
their defensive line are monsters
I would
out
not
there.
be surprised if Devin Bush went right now.
Really?
Devin Bush would be a really good fit in Denver. And he's a beast, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he lit it up in Michigan. So, but again, Denver's one of those teams that has a whole lot of holes. So whether you go Haskins, you fill the quarterback for that's your future quarterback.
Listen, right now, not to get too far ahead of the draft, but Cincinnati's holding their breath right now because I don't know if they're finished with Andy Dalton yet, but they could be looking to replace Big Red. Haskins still out there, but
I'm just shocked that we're on the edge of the 10th pick and there's no offensive linemen that have gone. It's not a sexy pick.
It's not a sexy, but
it's a necessary evil, man.
But
That's how you build championship teams.
But
man,
wait a
in the
minute,
trenches.
looking at the teams that have just gone by right now, I don't know if anybody needs that help yet.
They all need it, man.
But
Buffalo,
I'll tell you what.
Denver,
I'll tell you
Green
what.
Bay coming up, Miami.
Exactly. If we get the Green Bay and there's no offensive lineman taken before we get the Green Bay, I'm going to tell you right now, my friend, it is going to be a scary pick because Green Bay did more. Look, I'll wait till we get to Green Bay. Right now we got Denver on the clock. They haven't made their pick yet, which means they may be talking to people. Are they trading up?
There's got to be a trade here soon. There has to be. The NFL draft isn't complete without trades.
Yeah, without question. Without question.
So, going back to Ed Oliver here quickly.
Yeah.
All the experts, the one NFL player that is drawing comparisons to?
Talk to me.
Aaron Donald.
Really?
That's high praise.
Very.
He matched almost all of his measurables at the combine, like all the stuff that he did in terms of the 3-cone, the 40, like all of his numbers. Like he's Aaron Donald-esque, and the fact that you picked him at 9.
And listen, man, right away,
franchise player.
That's it. And right away, he's going to make a difference. Right away, he's going to get in there. Right away, he's going to make some noise. Right away, he's going to help that
He's
team.
starting day one. He could be double-digit sacks as a rookie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could finish with 11 or 12 sacks as a rookie.
And when's the last time that happened? Aaron Donald.
There you go.
Yo.
And that's the thing. When you're an edge rusher, you have a way bigger chance of getting sacks. As a D tackle, it's hard to get sacks. But these guys, like Aaron Donald, like Ed Oliver, they can get to the quarterback. So
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you right now, my friend, right now, if you look at what just happened, I don't know what Denver obviously paid a lot of money to get Flacco over there, and they believe in Flacco. Why? I don't know why, but it remains to be seen.
Let's call a spade a spade. Flacco's a bridge quarterback. He's not going to be. He's not. He's
so do you jump on Haskins now while he's free for 4 years?
Exactly. Yeah. Because Haskins is not going to last that much longer. Cincinnati.
No.
I would wager that if Haskins is available when Cincinnati's picking in 5 minutes, he goes to Cincinnati.
He's definitely going to Cincinnati. If not, he is definitely. Listen, If he's
The
not,
only because that's the thing with Dalton. The only thing worse than a redheaded quarterback is a redheaded coach. And you gotta fix that.
yeah.
And you're laughing because it's true.
No, I'm laughing because somehow you looked at me when you said that. Here's the thing. Denver's on the clock.
Oh, here we go. Broncos trade the pick. Finally, some trades.
Well, we got a trade. Okay, let's look at the trade. The Broncos traded their pick to the Steelers. Whoa. Okay, what does that mean?
So Pittsburgh's picking 20, so they've obviously traded down.
So
to
that
20.
means that Steelers are picking right now.
Yeah, and the Steelers. Ooh, here we go.
Whoa, my friend.
Finally.
We have intrigue, my friend. We're not going anywhere. The Steelers are on the clock, people. Denver's traded their pick.
And I'm just saying it right now because you've been talking about wide receivers.
Yes.
You lose Antonio Brown.
Yes.
DK Metcalf. Does he not fit nicely with
Wait a minute, with Juju? With Juju? Woo! Ben Roethlisberger just signed a contract extension for 2 years, and I think I know why right now. I think Metcalf, and I think Juju are his new receivers, and I think right now,
I can see that happening right now.
Right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers have just jumped up in the AFC and may be the favorite in the AFC if that happens.
So they've moved up 10 spots, 20 to 10.
If you are a Pittsburgh Steeler, I think you're very happy right now.
I'm really curious to see what the haul was.
People, the draft has just started. We have movement. I feel happy right now. Where do you go? I say Metcalf.
I'm thinking Metcalf is a really good one. Although defense is a huge need, as it always is in Pittsburgh.
But
linebacker's a big thing.
But we know why you trade. We know why you trade. We know why you trade to get up. You want to get the best player before he's taken for your need on your team.
That's true.
They got rid of Antonio Brown. They have a real big need at wide receiver.
And the pick is in, so they knew who they were picking.
The pick is in. They knew who they were picking.
They did the trade, and boom,
I can't wait till we get back. I actually believe Metcalf is a Pittsburgh Steeler right now.
Yeah, I feel you.
We'll be right back. Brothers Talk.
Devin Bushman.
Devin Bushman was on your list, inside linebacker, number one need for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They went out and they got their man. Huge move.
Second best linebacker in the draft. This kid is sick.
Oh my gosh. And is he not a Pittsburgh Steeler or is he not a Pittsburgh Steeler?
He's a Pittsburgh Steeler, man. I don't know about that suit, though.
Oh, no, are you crazy? That suit is hip-hop culture, my friend. I feel it.
If I wasn't a 49ers fan, I'd make a San Francisco joke right about here. But
they're going to talk about that pick and they're going to talk about that suit tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to be talking about that suit more than the trade.
Did Mike Tomlin just save his job? Did I just hear Mike Tomlin saved his job?
I like that pick, man. He's
wow, he's a beast, isn't he?
Let's look at his numbers. 5'11", 234. Right now, 4'4",
Yeah.
That is fast for an inside.
Yeah.
That's a wide receiver number for a 40. So
that's everything you want in an inside linebacker. I mean,
and that's what they needed. They need
somebody to get to the ball.
Yeah.
And they got somebody that's going to get to the ball. They got somebody that he plays well against the run. He's brilliant against the pass. He's fast. He's a thinker. He's a quarterback out there. Yeah. They just really drafted the quarterback in their defense.
They haven't updated the board. What did they give up? That's what I'm curious to see.
Exactly. And I don't think
did they swap 20 for 10? Like, is Denver at 20 now? Because you have to figure, if you're going to move up 10 spots into the top 10, I'm thinking they had to give up probably their second round pick.
Yeah.
And probably something next year. I would think 2 2s.
Well, what did Denver need? Did Denver need anything really big right now? Why did Denver give them up? Did Denver need any super big pick right now?
Well, that's the thing. They obviously felt that whatever they need, they could get at 20.
Right. No, without question.
And then, the name of the game. I love adding more draft capital. It's just something that makes your team stronger.
Yeah.
And especially if you can get the guy that you wanted anyways.
Without question.
So if you move down to 20 and you're Denver and you're thinking, like, on my board, I'm thinking linebacker, O-line, and a QB.
My man, listen, I am not mad with anything that just happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is a monster pick.
Let's go back to Haskins, though.
Wow.
Cincinnati's got to take him, no?
They have to. I mean, but he has just been gift wrapped for them.
Yeah.
They have to. In my estimation, best quarterback in the draft. Okay, Cincinnati, if you don't take him, I don't know. I'm dumbfounded if you don't take him right now.
Well, and here's the other thing. Here's the reason why I think Pittsburgh made that move is linebacker was a need for Pittsburgh. Linebacker is also a need for Cincinnati. So maybe that's why they jumped ahead of him. The Bengals pick is in. So
So here we go. I'm going to tell you one thing right now.
Here we go,
I
here we
am
go.
scared. Here we go. What do we got?
Man, do I call this stuff or what? A second and a third.
Second and a third.
I
Yeah.
said second and a second, right?
Second and second. Yep.
There you go.
Second and third. I mean, yeah. I don't. Yeah.
I like that trade for both teams.
I'll tell you why.
Pittsburgh gets Bush, which is great.
Right.
And Denver moves
Gets
down
a
10
whole lot of
spots
picks.
and adds 2 more picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the second round, you can add a guy who will jump into the lineup and be a starter.
And that's why we're here. No, that's
Look at
exactly
this.
why we're
Who's
here.
on the board? Look at this. Dwayne Haskins. Haskins has
Right
got to
there.
go. He's got to go.
He's got to go to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He's got to go to Cincinnati. I don't see him going anywhere for the next little while if he doesn't go to Cincinnati. Where is he going to be?
Well, Miami's picking at 13, so...
Yeah, and Miami really needs a quarterback.
Who's Miami's
Is it time
quarterback?
for Miami to trade up now and go grab him?
I don't think so because the pick is in.
I think my cousin is the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins now, no?
I think Dwayne Haskins is going to be a Bengal.
Yeah, listen, Cincinnati has to grab him. If they don't, it scares me. But I'm going to tell you why after this pick, this draft just became very, very scary for the NFC East. We'll be right back. My friend, work in progress or not, the Green Bay Packers just got a beast of a pickup just now, my
Yeah,
friend.
this kid is sick. He is a good football player, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Another case of a team where they didn't necessarily
They're taking a
go with
chance
their
on
need.
somebody.
They
They're
didn't
taking
go
a
with
chance.
their biggest need.
Yep.
They went the best player on their board.
But no. Keep in mind, my friend, best player on the board, and they have another pick coming up. They can fill another hole.
Exactly. That's the luxury you have when you have 2 first-round picks, for sure.
The Green Bay Packers are back, my friend. Plain and simple. The Green Bay Packers are back. Tell me about this kid. I love him.
Like you said, work in progress, man. There's a few things that he needs to work on. He's raw. He's a raw
A few
talent.
behavioral problems. A
But
couple
the
of red
thing
flags.
of it is the ceiling on this kid is so high. Like
It's immense.
He
It's
could
immense.
be like a Hall of Fame caliber player, and that's not
Absolutely.
hyperbole.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. Like he is that good. So
Absolutely.
that's a solid pick at number 12.
I love what they just did. I love what they just did. The Green Bay Packers are deciding that they're going to look at the defensive side of the ball this year, and they addressed all their needs on defense. And let's face it, with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, he was on the field too much.
Exactly.
They kept him on the field too long.
Yeah. No,
And as we all know, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're on the field too long, somebody's going to expose you.
Yeah, fully agree. And that's been the problem with Green Bay for how many years?
Yeah.
The offense is good, and
Yeah.
the defense sucks.
Yeah.
And so now, they're going in that direction where they added a couple guys via free agency.
Yeah.
Now you got Gary. It's like, all right, I like that direction.
I'm in love with the pick that the Green Bay Packers just did. Who we got on the clock? We have the
Miami Dolphins. This has got to be
Well, we
Haskins.
found a home for Dwayne Haskins. If it's not Haskins, I don't know what's going on in the league this year. But
Yeah, if Dwayne Haskins doesn't go,
and good fit for both player and team. I mean, there's no team in the league more in need of a quarterback than Miami,
but I almost feel bad.
and there's no quarterback more in need of a home than
I
Haskins.
feel bad for Haskins in a way though because Miami is kind of a dumpster fire, man. Like who are your
Yeah, but you
wideouts?
know what? At least he's going to get ball time. He's going to be able to develop. They're going to build around him. I think it's a solid win-win for both teams.
Remember what you were talking about earlier, like when you take a quarterback and you just throw him to the Wolves first year, as
Yeah.
opposed to having a couple of years to
Well, listen,
learn.
anybody in Miami is getting thrown to the Wolves, so you don't have a choice. So you might as well get it done.
Yeah, I guess so.
They got a workhorse and they got a beast coming to them. If they do the right thing, they're on the clock. I think the pick might be in. Miami, do the right thing, man. Haskins, get him a home.
Okay, so an alternative pick, just playing devil's advocate here. They do need D-line help.
Yeah?
Christian Wilkins from Clemson still available.
Oh,
He's a good football player.
yeah, he's a
too.
very good football
So,
player.
If they go that direction,
No,
and
but
wanna
let's
show us the
let's call a spade a
defense,
spade. The
I
only
got
two
no-
teams, if they wanted to make, well, Miami's not going to make noise for a while, but the only two teams, if they wanted to improve and do something that needed a quarterback, were the Giants and Miami. I still don't know what the Giants did. Miami, Haskins waiting for you. Brothers talk. We'll be right back.
Christian Wilkins.
Yeah. Best player in the draft at the
one
position. I don't know. Is there something we didn't know in the scouting that went on with Haskins? I don't know.
I'm beginning to wonder the same thing because if the Giants take Daniel Jones ahead of Haskins, And now Haskins is slipping and slipping and slipping. Maybe there is something, man.
Because we definitely know Atlanta's not taking him. I don't. Is Atlanta ready to think about moving on from Matt Ryan?
I don't think so yet. No,
is it not a huge message to Matt Ryan if they take Haskins?
Atlanta's not taking Haskins.
I don't think so either.
I think they're going to take Montez Sweat.
Yeah, you know what? That's a very good call.
Montez Sweat is probably going to be, like, I would pick the next pick off the board is going to be him because
okay, and let's look at
they need D-line help, and the kid's a beast. So.
They do, but they also need O-line help too. But there's too many intangibles for Atlanta not to be. Listen, defensive side of the ball, they need a lot of help. Offensive side of the ball, they should be on paper balling.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Hooper at tight end. I really like their receivers. Ridley, we know was a beast last year.
Ridley, Julio, yeah, no, they're legit.
I mean, that's a 1-2 combination that's almost unbeatable.
Yeah, Devonta.
Yeah, they gave up one of the running backs this year. I mean, maybe they look at a running back right now. Who knows?
Not yet. I think they draft a running back, but probably. I mean, they got Ito Smith last year, and he ended up being okay.
Yeah, but they were also running back by committee a little bit last year as well. Atlanta's on the clock. Okay, let's talk about this pick. Why do you like this pick right now?
Going back to our formula, man, you take the best player on the board. And Wilkins is definitely that. He is a very, very efficient football player. And, I mean, he comes from a big school. Clemson's a good program.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about Haskins, man. How is this kid still there?
I have no idea. And I don't really know if there's something that we don't know about this kid that happened in between now and the draft. Why is this kid not gone yet?
You know what? I'll say this. If Washington doesn't take him at 15, then there's definitely something up. Because there's
something up.
There's no excuse for Washington not taking a quarterback right now.
There's something that we don't know that's going on. There's something up.
Because if you look at the next few picks, and it's like none of these teams are going to be taking any kind of a quarterback, so he's going to slide even further.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know. I'm baffled. We got Washington on the clock. Washington. My needs for Washington. I said QB.
No, Atlanta's on the clock.
Sorry, Atlanta's on the clock.
Pick is in.
And their pick is in. So my needs for Atlanta simple. Defensive help. They need corner help. They need safety help.
Yeah,
they need linebacker help.
I'm going in the trenches. I'm thinking they're going to go Dillard, the tackle from Washington State.
Yeah.
Or they're going to take Sweat because, and I don't know if you heard.
Sweat's a good move.
I don't know if you heard about Sweat, that he got diagnosed with that heart condition.
Oh,
and
did
now
he?
it sounds like it would have been misdiagnosed, so he may not have the same issue. There's a couple of other guys that got diagnosed with the same thing.
Okay, but
if that's not the case, then he's a top 20 pick for sure.
Yeah, still a bit scary though. But they need. I definitely want them to go on the defensive side of the ball. That's where they need the help. So pick us in. We'll be right back with Atlanta. Brother Stock. Atlanta Falcons picked up a guard. I love the pick. They needed help on that offensive line. They got to protect Matt Ryan. They got to secure that running game. They picked up a beast of a guard. Love the pick.
Yeah, again, offensive line, not one of the sexier picks, but you got to do it. And this kid's good, man. He's going to be able to protect Matt Ryan. He's going to be a big part of that offense.
Yeah, and to be honest, to be perfectly honest, I liked him on the defensive side of the ball. It's just that the offense was on the field too long last year. And right now, I'm loving what I'm looking at. Atlanta Falcons, solid pick right now.
I feel bad. I'm kind of overlooking Atlanta right now because I'm just looking at Washington thinking. Who? Boston College.
Boston College.
So Washington.
I'm
all about Haskins right now.
You have no idea how much I don't want him in Washington. First of all, you know why I didn't want him in New York? Because New York has real receivers. If you give New York a quarterback, right? I'm sorry to pick on the Giants, but we're defending the brother right now. I just have to. I have to defend the brother. The Giants on paper have legit offense. They've got a big name running back. I like Shepard at receiver. Golden Tate, although he's getting up, he's still a solid receiver. A solid number 2. He's not a number 1 on my team, but he's a solid number 2. Most underrated player on their team is their tight end Ingram. You give them a quarterback, you have an offense that can move somewhere. But for some reason, they decided to stick with Eli Manning, which I don't understand. Maybe there's something about Eli Manning we don't know that's going on in New York. I don't know.
It's the fact that he has 2 rings, man. He beat Brady twice.
Yeah,
he's just riding.
But I digress. We're not talking about the Giants. We're talking about this pick right now. Atlanta, shoring up your offensive line. I love the move you made. You're protecting Matt Ryan. You're getting your people in there. Great move for Atlanta.
The funny thing is, though, I guess they evaluate guard better than tackle because
Yeah,
I mean, this kid's good. Chris Lindstrom's a good guard.
no, but you like your guard though. But
I do, but Andre Dillard, he's a tackle from Washington State. He is a nasty piece of business, and I'm surprised he's not gone yet.
yeah, I said, I'm scared. I'm scared he may drop down to the Packers. The Packers are still in a position to get offensive line help.
I don't
It's
know
not
if
out of the
gonna
realm
fall
of
that far.
possibility.
Green Bay's picking 30, and I don't think.
But at the way things are going, listen.
you never know.
Right now, are you confused? I'm a little confused about this draft right now. I'm a little confused.
I'll feel a little bit more normal if Haskins go next to Washington.
I know, but if he doesn't,
Washington's
man.
got to take him.
Yeah, if not, I don't know if. Listen, they might be ready to replace Cam. Who knows? Washington's on the clock. We're hoping Haskins has a home sometime soon. We'll be right back for the pick. Brothers Talk. My friend, what just happened? What just happened to the NFC East? Why are people giving me nightmares when I want to go to sleep? The Washington Redskins just got the steal of the draft. Maybe
Right?
a franchise quarterback.
Absolutely.
Maybe a game changer. I love this pick and I hate it at the same time.
I can't believe he fell this far.
It's insane.
Like, the Giants should have taken him way back when at 6.
Let me tell you something right now. Everybody that thought the NFC East was sleeping and it was over, everybody who thought the Washington Redskins were just going to be a cakewalk, I'm upset. I'm upset right now.
I just
I'm
like
upset.
from this team's perspective, you're adding really, really exciting pieces offensively and defensively.
Without question.
Free agency, you go out, you make some moves. I really, really, really like the Landon Collins ad.
Yep.
Him playing with Josh Norman's going to be really, really fun.
Yep.
But Haskins, like you said, this could be your franchise quarterback.
He could be your franchise quarterback. And listen, he's number one for me over Murray in this draft anyway. But look at his size. He's built big.
Yeah.
He's built rugged.
Absolutely.
He's a pocket passer. I mean, he's one of the few brothers that actually doesn't use his legs. And look at his arm. He's got a big, huge arm. He's smart. He moves around in the pocket.
And he's a big game quarterback.
Big game quarterback.
Many
Big game
games
quarterback.
where he's, like tight situations.
The Washington
High pressure,
Redskins
and he
just hit
performed.
gold just now, my friend. Huge pick for the Redskins. Huge.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that pick. And as a Cowboys fan,
I'm very unhappy.
Yeah, you got to be concerned.
I'm very unhappy. Like, every time I get everybody out of my division and competition away from me, it comes back. Every time I'm out, they pull me back in. Carolina's on. I don't even talk about this no more. I'm just upset.
This has Montez Sweat written all over it.
Talk to me about Montez Sweat. I know you love him.
They need an edge rusher.
Yeah.
I know there was a bunch of stuff going on about his health.
Yeah.
In the last 24 hours, it looks like maybe
I think that's going to scare a few teams.
it was, but now it's looking like maybe it wasn't quite diagnosed properly. Maybe it's not as bad as people were saying.
Can I just say one thing?
I want to say one thing.
Yep.
6'5" and 3/4, 260, ran a 4.41.
Nasty.
4.41.
Nasty.
That was faster than like 30 of the wideouts.
Yeah,
that went to the combine.
Yeah, that's nasty.
And the guy's 6'5",
Yeah.
and he's a freak.
That's nasty work. That's nasty work.
I mean, he could be the Julius Peppers for Carolina. He could be that guy that just patrols the edges for the next 10 years. So I would be shocked. And again, on my list, number one need for Carolina is edge rushers.
Yeah.
So
answer me this though, but that's not my number one for them. With Funchess gone, you put Metcalf there with DJ Moore. Do you not have a problem in Carolina right now, my friend?
yeah, no.
And don't
for
forget
sure.
about McCaffrey in the backfield. That's solid, Mike. That's a solid one too. Even though he's a rookie, he's ready to play. I think this is where Metcalf makes his debut right
Here's
here.
something about Metcalf that we haven't talked about. He has a really, really spotty injury history. He's never played one complete season in college.
Yeah.
He had back injuries and he had neck injuries.
Yeah.
He's built he looks just unbelievable.
He's a physical specimen.
But the problem is, he keeps on getting hurt.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And that's against college level opponents. What
That-
happens when he comes into the NFL?
Well, we'll see. We'll see if the NFL gets scared about that. But the Panthers are on the clock. Pick us in. We'll be right back, Brothers Talk. This draft is just getting exciting. It's blowing up right now, my friend.
And before we move on quickly, just pointing out the Browns were supposed to pick next. That's the Odell Beckham trade.
Yes.
And the Giants are picking after this. What do the Giants do with the next pick?
I don't want to talk about it. Okay, we'll be right back, Brothers Talk. Maybe they shouldn't have picked him right now, and I bet you the Giants would have picked him twice, 2 quarterbacks, because they're
I'm
idiots.
telling you this, Daniel Jones would probably still be here right now.
Yeah?
They could have got Daniel Jones now.
Listen, if the Giants do not secure that offensive line, why are we sitting here talking right now? Brothers Talk. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm not crazy about this pick. I'm not crazy about it. You like it because you wanted him to have an edge rusher. You had Ed Rusher on your list. Obviously, you like my man Sweat a bit better than that. But I don't know. Okay.
I thought Montez Sweat was the move, but maybe, like you said, the health stuff was a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
Brian Burns is a gamer, man. 6'5", 250.
I think he's. Like you said, I want him a bit beefier. I like a bit more meat on him. But good kid, smart kid. I don't know. I don't know.
I would have preferred Sweat, but again, there's nothing wrong with Brian Burns. I had him ranked 26.
Yeah.
But here we go. It's Giants, baby.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
What do our Giants do?
Okay. Not to not dwell on Carolina, but I'm not crazy about that pick. Carolina, good luck with that. We'll see what it turns out to be. Just not crazy about it. I just think at that position, I want a bit more beef on him. I wasn't crazy about his speed. We'll see.
You know the other thing too,
and I think also he's a work in progress. I think he's a work in progress.
He's a little raw, but the thing of it is that once you establish that edge rusher is what you need, look at the list. It's him and Montez Sweat. All the other top edge rushers are already gone.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough. Okay, let's talk about our beloved Giants. If you do not draft an offensive lineman right now, what do you want me to say to you? They messed up their whole draft with that quarterback anyway, but
they could have got that quarterback now, man.
You feel me?
Daniel Jones would be available right now.
On your list alone, he's number 4. Forget about anybody else's list.
And I didn't have him in my top 50.
Wait a minute, number 4. Exactly.
On my quarterbacks.
Exactly. So talk to me, my friend. How did the Giants make up for the quarterback they drafted at number?
You protect the quarterback that you
drafted.
Thank you. So you take Andre Dillard.
Thank you.
Offensive tackle, Washington State. Jawan Taylor.
I like Jawan Taylor.
He's a beast out of Florida.
Yep, I like Jawan Taylor. Florida and good program.
Yeah, and again, it's not just about protecting the quarterback. You're also protecting Saquon.
Exactly. That was what I was just going to say.
To run through. So
I mean, how long is Saquon going to last with no protection and no quarterback? Listen, we both know Eli cannot throw the ball 30 yards anymore. He cannot throw the ball 30 yards, and I'll give him 20. I don't think he can throw the ball 20. I didn't see him throw the ball consistently over 20 yards last year.
Yeah.
Now, you don't give him offensive lineman help to help protect him.
I can't see them doing anything other than offensive line right now. Has to be offensive line.
Exactly, all the way. And if they don't go offensive line, is there something we don't know about what's going on in the draft right now? By the way, offensive linemen, period, aren't going. We know it was a defensive heavy draft, but it was also an offensive line heavy draft.
And there's only 2.
There was a lot of work on offensive line this year.
Only 2 have been taken. One
guard,
one tackle.
Only 2. So listen, I don't want to talk about things because I don't want to jinx my own draft right now. But as of right now, the Giants better. Listen, Giants. If not, I'm going to enjoy the time talking about them. And the team after them getting very scary. There's a lot of work and a lot of help that the Tennessee Titans need. They only need that much more help. And there's a lot of players out there that can help them. Giants, do the right thing. We'll be right back. Brothers Talk.
That's in order.
Okay, let's go with the Giants. The Giants went with Dexter Lawrence. Listen, not a bad pick. Solid defensive tackle. Beast in the middle.
Not who I would have taken.
Not at all. I mean, how are they protecting the running back and the quarterback this year? Listen. Maybe they know something we don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I don't know.
I was with you on the offensive line. I thought the offensive line was supposed to be what they should have done.
Yeah.
They do need help on the interior of the defensive line.
They do. It's not a bad pick.
And you're looking on the board, he's the best defensive tackle left.
Yes.
Because Sweat is an outside linebacker / DN.
Yeah. So so if they're going to follow the logic of the best player on the board with their second pick, why that?
And he's a big boy, 6'5".
Why didn't they do it with their first pick? Yeah. Listen, no, he's a solid defensive tackle. I like him.
But that's the thing, too.
He's going to get to the ball. He's going to clog up the middle.
Is Ed Oliver not a solid defensive tackle?
Oh, my God.
You could have taken Oliver, and then you could have taken Jones. So basically, you swapped
you swapped your
Ed
quarterback
Oliver for Dexter Lawrence.
Do you know their quarterback's not even going to get drafted if they don't take him?
You took Dexter Lawrence. And I feel bad saying this kind of stuff because you never want to slight a kid.
Right.
Because he's a great player.
Right.
I mean, first team all ACC.
It's not a bad football player. There's no doubt about that. But if you don't take him at number 1 with your first pick, Do you know the dangers you did to your team right now? You could have had a defensive tackle and you could have had a defensive edge rusher.
Yeah.
You could have changed the whole culture in New York just now.
And here's the other thing, too. We saw how far Haskins fell.
Yeah.
Haskins fell almost to them. They could have taken Oliver and possibly traded up from this spot and gotten Haskins and Oliver.
Yes. Yes.
I'm happy I'm not a Giants fan.
I'm happy I'm not a Giant GM. Good luck with your job next year.
Gettleman, man. That guy.
Oh, my gosh.
That guy.
Problem child. Okay.
So in the last 2 months,
let's talk about the danger that can happen right now with Tennessee on the clock.
Oh, no, it's not Tennessee. Yes, Minnesota.
Oh, sorry. No, it's Minnesota first. That's right.
Yeah, we got the and you know what? Number one thing for me with this team is O-line.
O-line for sure.
It's an obvious one. So again,
O-line for sure.
We go back to Andre
Kirk
Dillard.
Cousins was his first season. You saw when they lost last year when he didn't make it in. They just brought the farm to him. Blitz all day on Cousins. He couldn't make decisions in the pocket. There was nobody back there to protect him. You've got to protect Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He's got the most dangerous receiving tandem in football. But he can't get the ball to them.
And you got Dalvin Cook and you got Rudolph. So
do you feel me?
You got some legitimate game-changing offensive players, but you need to protect them.
You need to protect them.
I'd be shocked if they didn't take Dillard or Jawan Taylor right now.
I'm right here with you right now. No need for a receiver here. Metcalf still off the board.
Look how quick that pick got in.
Exactly.
This is offensive line all day long.
They're happy with what they got. I'm sure it's an offensive lineman. We'll be right back. Minnesota's on the clock. Brother Stock. Yo, somebody in Minnesota must be listening because that's a monster pick. Garrett Bradbury, number one center in the draft. Instant help on their offensive line over there in Minnesota. Talk to me.
Yeah, you can never go wrong taking the number one center in any draft. This kid's he's a nasty
oh my
piece
gosh.
of business, man.
He just moves people out the way like it's nobody's business. He's game ready right now. And listen, that's what they needed. We talked about it during the break, but they probably got the best wide receiver tandem in the league. They're solid at tight end. Running back.
They have a great defense.
They got a great defense.
And the other thing about this kid too is how agile he is. Like he's a 300-pounder who ran a sub 5 second 40.
Yeah,
he was like 4.9 or something like that.
That's your center. That's what's guarding your quarterback. And like we said, if they protect Kirk Cousins to me isn't a garbage quarterback. He still has a lot left in the tank, but you got to protect him.
Yeah.
Last year, the game plan on Minnesota was load up the box, send the farm, and then you eat them up. So for me, you protect them, you win.
Yeah, I like this pick.
I love this pick. Minnesota, you're out there thinking. You're out there thinking. That brings us to Tennessee.
The DK Metcalf show?
The DK Metcalf, listen, the Tennessee Titans are quietly maybe one of the top teams in the AFC right now. And if they pick up Metcalf, they're going to take Mariota and put him in the Pro Bowl. I'm making the call right now. Mariota will be in the Pro Bowl if they pick up Metcalf right now. But we know it's not a wide receiver draft, but do they need help at receiver? Yeah. What are your tangibles for Tennessee? I said wide receiver right away, offensive line, of course, but they also need help on the defensive line.
Yeah, I had defensive line number one need for Tennessee, but wide receivers right there too, because Mariota, they've got a couple decent receivers, but they've all had a couple years to prove themselves. Yeah. And they haven't done it.
Yeah.
So why not go and get the number one receiver in the draft?
Let's go make it happen. They're on the clock. We'll be right back with the pick. I see a wide receiver or defensive lineman going to Tennessee right now. If they pick up Metcalf, there's a problem in Tennessee.
And here's the other thing, too. This draft is in Tennessee. It's in Nashville.
Yeah.
They're going to want to make a splash. They want to get the crowd going.
Metcalf is a splash.
Metcalf is a splash, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went offense here.
All right, pick us in. We're here, Brothers Talk.
Ball.
Okay, a little bit of a curveball. Exactly. The Tennessee Titans have they bet on a risk. Great defensive tackle, but what happened to his knee, my friend?
Tore his ACL in February, trained for the combine.
Yeah,
and he's a couple off-the-field issues as well, but
here's the thing.
All things being equal, the kid is a top 10 talent.
Top 10 talent, exactly.
Legit. He is legit. Really.
Kind of reminds me of when the Dallas Cowboys took a chance on Jalen Smith. But
Yeah.
but Jalen Smith had a lot more issues than he did. I mean, he's going to bounce back from his injury.
Jalen Smith's knee injury was catastrophic.
Catastrophic. He should not be walking. Never mind playing
Yeah,
football.
so with him,
But this is not as bad, exactly.
No, it was an ACL. And
Yeah.
it's one of those things with medicine nowadays.
Yeah.
Surgery and all the rest of it.
But they got a great player. They got a great player.
But at the same time, because he got hurt so close to the combine,
Right. Is he going to be ready for the season?
and he didn't get to do any of the testing, so no one got to see a 40 time. No one got to see a 3-cone drill. No one got to see any
But
of the
you know what?
things
Okay,
that all
I
the
think
other
we
guys
both
had
know
to.
nobody had to. He's the truth.
He is.
He's a beast.
But
He's
you
a
know,
beast.
quite frankly, in the spot that Tennessee was in, I think there was
There was a better player. I think Metcalf would have found a perfect home there. What's scary is
But-
Seattle's coming up, and Seattle needs a receiver, no?
That's the number one need on my board. But before that, Denver. This is the next pick coming up. Is Denver's.
Denver definitely needs a receiver.
Which they got in the Pittsburgh deal.
Yeah, Denver definitely needs a receiver. Denver's on the board. Listen, if Denver's pick comes in right away, they know the man they wanted. If Metcalf moved down here and they can grab him,
Honestly, though, man,
Listen.
I could see Denver going offensive line here, man. Because I thought I thought offensive line is what they should have taken at 10. They moved all the way down to 20,
look, they definitely need that help.
and there's still Andre Dillard, who I thought they would have taken with 10, and he's still
Yeah.
available at 20.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go offensive tackle here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if they do, watch out for DK Metcalf to get taken by Seattle at pick 21.
Oh, won't that be juicy?
That would be very juicy.
Won't that be
Wouldn't
juicy?
he look good with Doug Baldwin? Him and Doug Baldwin together?
Oh my gosh! And not to mention you still got Lockett over there, but
Thunder and Lightning, man.
But it's Thunder and Lightning. Not to mention that, of course, we know Russell Wilson just signed. They're a threat again. Listen, as a 49er, I wouldn't be too happy.
No, I'm not happy. But
I wouldn't be too happy at all. Kind of the way I was with Haskins. I wouldn't be too
I can be
happy.
objective, man. I can see, Seattle, they got some pieces. I'm more concerned about them on defense, quite frankly.
Yeah.
They lost Frank Clark, and I don't know how they're going to
Listen,
replace him.
they lost everything on it. Forget about, listen.
Yeah, they lost
Seattle's,
everything.
Seattle's only going to win on the offensive side of the ball.
The days of Seattle's dominant defense
Done.
is over.
Party's over. Denver's on the clock. Pick us in. We'll be right back. Brother Stock. Ladies and gentlemen, Denver shocked me just now. They picked up a tight end and a big hands-catching kid, blocks well,
Super athletic.
super athletic. And you know what?
Something that they need, man.
Yeah,
The last 3-4 years, ever since
something we all need. I was hoping he was going to fall back and maybe I'd grab him somewhere, but no.
literally just said his name in relation to your Dallas Cowboys.
That's it. I was looking at him with my Cowboys, but two things are scary. Denver gets a lot of help on the offensive side of the ball. Who's their quarterback again this year? Exactly. Who's the wide receivers again this year?
Okay,
That's what I thought.
No, Cortland Sutton, Deshaun Hamilton, Emmanuel Sanders probably going to come back from injury.
Right. So you have a team full of number 2, number 3 wide receivers, and a quarterback that I'm not sold on. But
Flacco's
you
a
get
good
to
bridge
say,
quarterback. Flacco's a good bridge quarterback.
Listen. No flack on Flacco, pardon the pun, but I'm not mad at this right now.
No
flack
flack on Flacco.
Listen, I'll tell you why. This is a great pick. Does Flacco not love a tight end?
Oh, yeah, no. And having a good tight end like that, especially
Flacco loves a tight
They
end.
haven't had a tight end in Denver since Julius Thomas. It's a good pick.
Flacco loves a tight end, exactly. But it's a bit scary because now is Metcalf going to be a Seattle Seahawk?
I think
If he goes to the West and he goes against you, it's going to be very different in Seattle this year.
I'll tell you, as a Niners fan, Arizona goes out. They've got Kyler Murray. Seattle goes out. They get DK Metcalf. And we got the Rams to deal with. That's tough.
It's tough.
That's very, very tough.
Seattle's on the clock. We're getting in right now.
They got to take Metcalf here.
They have to.
Do they not? They have to.
No, they have to. It's a no-brainer. They got to take Metcalf. So are we making the call, Metcalf?
I'm going Metcalf right now.
We're making the call. Metcalf's going to be a Seattle Seahawk. If he's not, I don't know what they're thinking. But they're on the clock. Pick us in. We'll be right back. Brother Stock.
trade down.
My friend, he called it. We were afraid that. Well, he said, okay, you called it. There was a trade made. The problem that I have right now is this. In their offseason, the Green Bay Packers have finally secured their defense. They picked up Smith at defensive end. They picked up Zadarius Smith, exactly. Adrian Amos. They got Mercedes Lewis. Listen, the Green Bay Packers are a solid defensive team, my friend.
And their first 2 picks, they get Rashawn Gary.
Yep.
And now you get Simmons.
Wow.
And,
wow.
Oh, no, sorry. Was it Savage?
Savage.
No, it was Simmons. I think it was Darnell Savage, the safety from Maryland.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Oh, another trade.
Carson Wentz.
Baltimore just traded with Philly.
Baltimore just traded with Philly. Carson Wentz wants a receiver. What is going on in my life right now, people? What is going on with the NFC East right now? Why are people not leaving me alone? What is going on right now?
I told you, Carson Wentz, man.
Oh, my gosh. What is going on in my life?
I think a wideout's going right now. First wideout off the board.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's talk about this pick for Green Bay before we jump to Philly. Philly just made a trade.
Whoa. Also, all Seattle got was 2 fourths to swap 9 picks. That's a great trade for Green Bay.
It is, and they got a solid. Listen, they got the best safety in the league,
and
they needed safety help.
I'm pretty sure one of those 4th rounders is a compensatory pick. So
yeah,
you know what?
Okay, let's talk about the fear that Philly's.
Here's the thing, though, from Seattle's perspective, you get 2 4th round picks,
Yep.
and you could have got Metcalf.
Right.
That's not worth it.
I know.
Take DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
No sense.
Yeah. But if oh my gosh.
Seattle always does this. Seattle screws up the draft every year. This is
Always.
what they do.
Always. Because Pete Carroll thinks he's a genius and he always does this crap. Okay. Eric Metcalf on the other side of Deshaun Jackson, along with Alshon Jeffries. Is that not a problem?
Never mind, you got Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
And you added Jordan Howard.
Yeah.
And you still got Wendell Smallwood. And you still got Darren Sproles.
Yeah. Or is Philly looking at a defensive edge rusher right now?
And they got Josh Adams. They got offensive talent all over the board.
Do they need Metcalf? I'm praying they don't. But do they need a defensive end?
I got their number 1 need at linebacker and offensive line. So
yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind.
I got them at defensive end. I got them at linebacker.
Montez Sweat.
Yeah, and that's your boy.
That's my boy, Montez
That's your
Sweat,
boy.
man.
And Philly is notorious for drafting defense. All right, draft is getting scary, my friends. We'll be right back. Philly's gonna make Philly made a move, and now, as a Cowboy,
you think they go offense or defense here?
I think they need defense. They gave up a lot. They gave up Hicks. They gave up a lot of defense. I think they need defensive help. I do not want them to grab Metcalf. If they do, it's a problem. It's a problem. All right, Philly's on the clock. I'm nervous. Brothers Talk. We'll be right back. I am not happy right now. That is a monster pick that he was taking this late, and Philadelphia grabbed him. He is, without question, Washington State. He's an absolute animal. Tell me about him. He was high on your list to begin with, wasn't he?
Number 9 on my list. If this kid played in the SEC or the ACC, he would be a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Because he'd be getting all the love because he played at a bigger school. Because he's in the Pac-12.
Yep.
Doesn't get nearly as much attention, but it doesn't change the fact that he's a nasty piece of business, and he's going to be awesome.
Oh, my gosh. This is just a huge move for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, listen, they decided that they're going with Wentz. They made a move to get Deshaun Jackson. Now they're protecting him. Listen,
I'm curious to see what
all the
they
way
gave
around
up
a
to move
beautiful
up,
pick.
though. I want to know what they gave up to move up there, because they were picking at 25, so I'm
Right.
assuming they only moved up 3 spots.
Right.
So if Baltimore swapped and went back to 25, maybe they gave up like a 3rd, maybe a 4th.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, considering what Seattle got 2
But
fourths.
look, maybe it doesn't even matter for what they just got. I mean, they got, to me, the biggest offensive lineman in the draft.
And quite frankly, Houston, who's on the clock right now,
Right,
Their
they
number
needed
one,
that.
Their number one need, in my
Was
opinion,
offensive lineman.
And I swear to God, they jumped ahead just to make that move. So
Yeah.
very well played. Very well played.
And this is the second year in a row that Philly made.
Almost Sanchez-esque.
Are you done? It's the second year in a row that they
No.
made a huge pick in the draft. They did it last year, taking the tight end, so we couldn't grab him. Worked out very well for them.
Oh, Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert
Yeah.
worked out really well for them. They did it to us last year. This year they do it to Houston. But even still, I mean, for everybody to leave him out there that long, I mean, come on,
Yeah, some other teams dropped the ball. Oh, here we go. A 4th and a 6. Okay,
that'll work.
that's not bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
that was a trade. Yeah, that was a trade that just happened.
Yeah.
I mean, am I mad at that? No, I'm not mad at
And
that.
that's a good trade for Baltimore, too, because their offensive line is short up. They're moving down 3 spots.
Yep.
They're probably going to end up getting the guy they wanted anyways.
Exactly.
So, not
So the
bad.
Philadelphia Eagles just
But
made
here's
a
the other
huge,
thing, too. Baltimore,
huge move.
Baltimore needs wide receiver help.
right?
And there's 4 really, really good receivers still available.
Right.
Not one receiver's gone off the board.
Now one's gone off the
So
board,
by moving down 3 spots, they'll probably get someone that they want anyways. Very good deal for Baltimore.
and I'm just going out there on a limb to say, I'll say it in another 5 picks. I'm not going to say it now. But if you're a Dallas Cowboy and you're at home right now, you have no idea how happy you should be right now. And I'll let you know in about 5 picks. Philly, you stole another one. Huge monster pick. You make me sick to my stomach, especially you.
Here's a question: does Dallas move up? Do they try and get
No,
under
no,
the
no.
same-
Dallas is no. Dallas has too many problems signing everybody that we have because everybody
true.
we have is good. So no. They don't move up. But here's why they don't have to. Because everybody in this draft isn't doing what they're supposed to do. The draft is kind of upside down on our boards right now. I mean, there's a lot of moves. We knew there were going to be moves. And the players that we thought were going to go earlier are going now. Because, let's just say it. Arizona and the Giants messed up the draft. But,
and Oakland.
and Oakland, and the Raiders, sorry. But having said that,
And Oakland still has 2 first-round picks coming up, so they might be able to make up for it. Here we go.
There you go. But I'm a Cowboy and I'm still happy.
All right, the pick's in. Who do you think?
Pick's in.
What does Texan do here?
Texans go for the offensive line or they take a receiver. Listen,
Jawan Taylor's a good pick.
Juwan Taylor's a very good pick.
Yeah.
But listen, if you go on the other, if you put Metcalf on the other side of DeAndre Hopkins, there's a problem over there.
I don't know if they got to do that, though. They got Kiki Kuti. They got a couple of
No, my friend. No,
They
my
got some
friend.
decent wideouts
They
there.
got rid of Demaryius Thomas, and that would have been a big one too. Let's go youth. Let's go youth, and let's see what happens. But I wouldn't be opposed to a wide receiver right now. The pick is in. We'll be right back, Brother Stock. You know what? I would have took the action, but Metcalf is there still. Okay, here's where the Raiders are on the clock right now, my man. It's the Cleo Mack.
Arma, the number 1 runner in the draft.
Absolutely,
They-
it's a need they must fill.
Marshawn just retired.
Yeah.
They've got a couple unproven guys.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think- but he's a beast.
But he's a beast.
Yeah, number 1 need offensive. That just shows that they would have taken Andre Dillard.
Yeah.
They were pissed off that Philly jumped.
Oh
up.
yeah,
They
Philly
did that
jumped
for
on
him.
it. Yeah.
They went out. They're protecting their boys.
Yep.
Like, it's a good pick.
It's a monster pick. There's nothing wrong with that pick at all. I feel it. I love it, and I'm down with it. But here
now
we
let's
go.
talk about the
The
Raiders.
Raiders. Raiders better get a running back. If they don't, Gruden. Okay, so here's the thing. Joey Bosa and that defense in San Diego just got murderous, man.
Yeah,
They got inside line. Oh my gosh, they just got murderous. I love Tillery. I love that. I love that call, man. I love that call. I love that call.
I'm a little surprised, like I said, they didn't go O-line just to beef up that protection for Rivers.
Yep.
But right next to O-line is D-tackle, Jerry Tillery.
My man, I love this kid. He's and he's what their defense plays with. Solid, stay at home, and look what they're up against in the West, right?
Yeah.
They've
Plus,
got
he's a character guy.
Yeah.
He's a kid that checks off all the boxes. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's intellectual. He's centered. He's grounded.
He's giving. Yeah.
And those are things nowadays you have to take into account because
you have to because
Reuben Foster.
Yes.
Guys like that who have all the measurables and they're going to be superstar linebacker for you, and then they go and buy an AR-15 and all of a sudden.
But who wants to be at the point right now where you're doing what Jerry Jones? And I mean, do you want another Gregory on your team?
Exactly.
Do you want another Irving on your team?
So
I'm done with that.
This is
I'm
a
done.
smart
I'm
pick.
done.
This
I'm
is a smart
done with
pick by
that.
the Chargers.
Oh man, and it's a solid pick, and it plays to, like we said, plays to the need of the team. And right now, when you put him on the other side of Bosa, I mean.
Well, he's going to play on the interior too.
They're going to be scared. Yeah.
So you're going to help out with the pass rush.
Yeah.
And like your rush defense too. So
if you're a San Diego Charger, I'm thinking right now, especially with Kansas City falling off, you've got to be the favorite in that division. And the Chargers might be my pick to be the best in the NFC West.
It's hard not to call them the San Diego Chargers.
And in the AFC, I know. Did I say?
A little bit.
Did I say San Diego?
A little bit.
Oh my gosh! Why would they ever move him to Los Angeles? Okay. The Los Angeles Chargers, sorry about that.
Let's talk about Seattle now. They got 2 picks. This is trouble.
This is very much trouble. Seattle has a shot right now to actually change the culture of their team. Think about it.
On the offense and the defensive side of the ball.
Right. So if you're Pete Carroll right now and you want to go back to your Legion of Boom days, you could do it right now. If you're Pete Carroll and you want to switch it,
Greedy Williams. 6'2", 185, 4.37.
But here's the
number
thing.
1 corner, in my opinion, in the draft.
Right. And they need a corner.
And then all of a sudden you have the next pick. And you go DK Metcalf.
But here's the thing. Or do you stay on both sides of the defense and both sides of the offense? So do you sit down and say, I'm going to change the culture in Seattle by going offensive now? Or do you say, we'll go back to Legion of Boom? Because what do? You could change the whole culture of your team right now.
I think you got to go one of each. But here's the other thing, too. You just lost Frank Clark.
Yeah.
You lost Frank Clark. And he's, 13, 14 sacks?
How does that make sense, though? You signed your number 1 defensive lineman and franchise player, and you get rid of him. So do you have to fill that need again?
It's purely financial, man. When you gave all that money to Russell.
Yeah, true.
Kansas City, man.
Yeah, true.
So that's how they got this pick.
Yeah.
So let's look at what the pass rush offers right now. I mean, it's all the top pass rushers are gone.
Right. And they need a pass rusher. And they were in a position, wait a minute, they traded their pick, so they were in a position to have one, but obviously that's not what they're thinking. I'm thinking they're going on the offensive side of the ball. They're going to improve their offense and let Pete Carroll act like he's a genius that he thinks he is.
I think they're going to go one of each.
Even though he's not.
I think they're going to go DK.
Yep.
Possibly A.J. Brown, one of the 2 kids from Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, I think you go Greedy Williams.
But
if you go pass rush, I mean, that kid from Michigan.
He's still out there.
Chase Winovich.
He's still out there.
He's a beast. But he's getting more like a 2nd-round grade, so
there
might be a little bit
And
early.
you know what? I'll tell you what.
This is the bottom of the 1st round, though, man.
But here's the thing. But they were already in the middle, but they traded to get to the bottom. But here's the thing. They're using up all the clock. They're thinking about it. They don't know what's going on.
Or how about this? Let's throw another wrinkle in this. You take DK with 29.
Right.
You take 30 and you trade down, and you add more draft capital. Because let's not forget,
gosh.
Seattle.
Stop what you're dreaming about more.
Seattle
and more.
does not have a lot of picks.
Wait, but Pete Carroll is no. They're going back to back, and they're going to.
You think? Okay, that's the
Listen,
most plausible thing. But
here we go. It's going to be an interesting pick right now. Seattle's coming back to back. We'll be right back.
Notice
Brother Stock.
It's ticking down, man. They may be making a trade.
They're thinking about it. Brother Stock. We'll be right back.
I would have gone with Jawan Taylor.
Okay, so
the fact that
Kellen
Taylor
McGarry, the Atlanta took an offensive tackle. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that.
I'm just surprised at the one they chose because you still got Cody Ford from Oklahoma.
Right.
I still think, you know what makes me think? Is there something up with Jawan Taylor? Did something
This is what I'm saying. He was supposed to be going big. This is what I'm saying.
He was a consensus top 20 pick. I had him at 15. We're into the 30s now.
Exactly. And my thing, too, is Atlanta had to protect their quarterback, so they're doing it. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at
And
that,
this is
man.
the last pick.
The last pick, here we are with those nasty, ugly.
And I'm
Wait
hoping,
a minute.
You know what? I'm hoping.
Are you telling me Metcalf is going to get Tom Brady?
No, because San Francisco is going to trade up right now. And San Francisco is going to get DK Metcalf. Watch
Okay,
this.
stop dreaming
Watch.
when we're watching a draft.
Watch.
But is Tom Brady going to get a wide receiver? I don't think any of us in life
No, they
want
got
this,
to
do
replace
they?
Gronk, no? They got to replace Gronk. Irv Smith, baby.
Yeah.
This is a tight end. This is a tight end spot right now.
I know it's trouble if they get Metcalf. Are you telling me Metcalf's not going to get drafted in the first round? What is going on with this kid? There has to be something we don't know.
If he doesn't, but you know what it is? If he doesn't get picked today, he's going to go very early tomorrow.
Right, but why is he not going today?
I don't care as long as San Francisco still has a chance.
Could we say the tide in the NFL has changed and we have to stop bullcrapping about the fact that it's an offensive league and now we see that defense is the lay of the land right now?
I think that's a little bit hasty because this is just the way this draft is. It's top heavy on defensive talent and it's a little bit thin on offense.
Right.
So the fact that only one running back's been taken,
Yeah.
even by the end of the round,
And why am I happy? There's still 4 of them out there. And I need a backup for Zeke.
and you'll probably get him
Because
at
my
the
man
end of the
Ross
round.
Smith's gone. Yeah.
Just as a point of reference, last year, 3 running backs went in the first round.
Yep.
5 quarterbacks went in the first
Yep.
round. Only 1 tight end and 2 wideouts.
This year, 3 quarterbacks went, and one of them isn't even. What's his name?
Ask Dave Gettleman. He loves him. He basically wants
It's
him to.
scary.
I'm wondering.
The New York Football Giants are the
He was a
scariest team
good-looking
known to
kid.
man.
Maybe Gettleman's got a daughter, and he was just like, you know what?
Listen, something's going on somewhere we don't know about.
Two birds with one stone.
No, that's just a fact. Something's going on somewhere we don't know about, and we're just going to have to live with it. But at the end of the day, I do not know what is going on with
You know,
the
I'll
New
be
York
honest,
Giants.
I didn't know a lot about this Caleb McCary kid. Like, I heard the name, but looking
Right.
at his list of accolades here,
Yeah.
not bad. They're not bad. So,
But I'm like, all right.
and you know what? You know what the stat I like there? Started 47 to 53 games.
Yeah.
He's durable. He's durable. And that's the name of the
True.
game with an offensive lineman, man.
True. And listen, they need to protect Matt Ryan. Is that serious? They need to protect Matt Ryan.
Yeah. So that's
All right. I believe Metcalf is going to the Patriots, and why would that happen? Why would that happen?
No, I don't think so.
You think they're going to trade? We don't know.
Notice the clock's still ticking.
It is. They're taking their
I
time.
want to trade.
We are coming back right now. It's the last pick.
I want Lynch Mob. Lynch Mob's going to make a trade.
We're going to go to the last pick, and then we're going to wrap it up. Again, this is Brothers Talk. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right. What
Is
just
a
happened? What
fantastic pick.
just happened?
this kid is sick.
Oh, this kid is insane. Isn't that the kid you were looking at?
I was hoping San Fran would have a chance because I didn't think DK would be around.
Yeah.
And now DK's still around, so
Yeah.
that's a whole other can of worms. But
Wow.
Patriots just
monster-
they got a game changer, man.
Yeah.
This kid is, I mean, let's look at the numbers. 6'2", 228 with
Yep.
speed.
But listen, with speed, and that's what Brady wants. You know, Brady likes to stretch the field, and
Oh, let's look at the highlights here, man. Like
this kid is crazy.
yeah, he's a good ball player. But look at that. Like, that's tough.
Yeah, and he runs
man.
into contact, and he's big. He's 6'2". He's a big target. Brady
Yeah.
loves big targets.
He's a perfect complement to Julian Edelman.
Wow. And
That-
Demarius Thomas now.
Yeah. That's a fantastic.
You know what that means?
This is a
that
steal,
means
man.
that means
This
you could
is
put
a
Edelman.
steal.
That means you could put Edelman back in the slot.
Yep.
And wow, you have veteran hands. You have a young buck, and you got Edelman in the middle.
And you got Harry potentially with Demarius
Man,
Thomas wide.
it makes me sick. The Patriots just made a really big move,
That's a great pick, man.
and that's a Tom Brady pick too.
Oh, Tom Brady's laughing right now.
Yeah. That's a Tom Brady pick. That's something that Belichick always looks for. The minute you give Brady somebody that stretches the field long, they're dangerous. Plain and simple, they're dangerous.
Here's a question.
Yes.
Tom Brady can't play forever.
Right?
Who's next? Who's going to be the heir apparent?
You were saying trade for Josh Rosen. I was like, Josh Rosen may have, what did they call that? PTSD?
Or
he may sit on it.
do you look at Drew Lock somewhere in the second round? Because
that may make sense.
As far as I can remember, Brian Hoyer is the backup quarterback in New England right now, and that's not.
And
Tom Brady can't play forever. I'm sorry, like Father Time is undefeated. And
without question.
1, maybe 2 more years.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to address. That's why I feel like Kyler Murray goes first.
Yep.
Josh Rosen has to go somewhere else. There's only 4 teams the way I feel: the New England Patriots, the LA Chargers, the Miami Dolphins, and those are the top 3 in my opinion. Cincinnati does have Andy Dalton, but
Miami so needs a quarterback.
well, they do. So Rosen's obviously a candidate, but I think Rosen would be a good fit.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen,
in New England,
I
man.
actually like Rosen. Rosen was
So
put
do
in a
I.
bad situation on a bad team. They gave up to him too quick. They completely ruined the draft this year by picking the midget. I'm not sold on Murray. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not sold on him.
Neither am I, man.
Players his size do not excel in the NFL. It's very rare. I think he wants to play baseball anyway. Like I told you, he's playing baseball in 5 years.
See, I disagree there just because the road to being a top-tier baseball player is much, much harder. Like, realistically, if he went into the Oakland A's program,
Right.
he'd be playing single-A ball this year, maybe double-A. And he's going to languish there for a couple of years unless he's like, but he's just, quite frankly, from all the experts are saying he's not quite good enough to make that step just yet.
Right.
So that means you're playing single-A, double-A, triple-A for the next 3 years.
Yep.
Making single-A, double-A, triple-A money.
Nah.
Right now, as the number 1 pick in the NFL draft,
But,
he's
okay.
going to have $20 to $30 million in the
He
bank.
is, but apparently he's got everybody convinced that he's the second coming. Okay, that was it. We're gonna give me 2 seconds. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna sit down, talk about our pros and cons, talk about who we like, who we didn't like, New York Giants, and then we'll be right back. It's Brothers Talk. All right, so here we go, man. It's your boy, the board-certified fantasy football guru, alongside D. Sanchez. Don't call me a sidekick. That's it. The 2019 NFL Draft first round is over. Let's get right to it. Who are your winners, my man?
I think Washington Redskins. Off the top of my head, I know you're not going to like to hear that.
I don't, because I
The fact that they
actually
were able
believe
to
you.
steal Haskins that late,
And then trade up.
I really like what Washington did. I thought that. At first, Oakland was like.
I like what the Raiders
at
did.
the end, what they did, but at the beginning, I was like, "Oh man." I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, very questionable on the first pick.
But the way it all came together.
Oh my gosh,
I
they
actually-
turned it around.
I
Yeah.
like what they did there.
Tell me about the Green Bay Packers. I love what the Packers did.
I would have liked it more if they had taken DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf was looked at going number 1. He didn't. I want to know why. What is going on with this kid?
Exactly.
Is there something that we don't know that's going on?
Went in front of him, but
Yeah.
going back to Green Bay,
Yeah.
they just went defense.
And listen,
this
and
is
the
going
moves they
back
made
to-
in the offseason, they're going to be a
Exactly.
very different team this year.
Exactly. So I would have liked to have seen maybe one of those offensive linemen being brought into the fold to protect Aaron Rodgers. But
Yep.
when you add the pieces that they did on defense,
Yep.
that's
Absolutely.
that's just smart. That's a smart approach.
So let's do the opposite. Give me your downside. Who did you not like in the draft this year?
okay, obviously the Giants.
The Giants. I mean, come on, Giants.
Just as a point of reference here, like
Thank
know,
you. I appreciate that.
We did a little draft board here,
Yes, on our board.
and
Give me
the
the-
Giants were picking 6th and 17th, right?
Yes.
They had the 6th overall pick, and they had the 17th overall pick,
Yes.
right? And for the most part, if you look at my board here,
Absolutely.
most of my picks kind of stayed on point.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
terms
I
of
know.
where the NFL picked them.
Exactly.
Based on my board, they got the guy that was rated 29th,
Right.
and their quarterback 6th overall wasn't even in my top 50.
Right. Right.
That's a fail, dude.
On my list,
And then they traded
the
up, though. They did add at the very end. They traded up and they got.
they got an offensive lineman, didn't they?
No, they got
the safety.
the corner.
The cornerback.
DeAndre Baker.
Right.
Which was rated higher than
Then the other two guys they drafted, exactly.
So it kind of solves
Which means if they really wanted him, they could have grabbed him first. I don't know. Listen.
Giants messed that up.
Who else didn't you like this year?
I mean, it's hard to really throw anyone under the bus.
Cincinnati? I don't know.
It's too early because, like, the only teams that really could have messed
Detroit?
up were Oakland because they had 3 first-round picks.
Right.
And they didn't do that bad. I got to say right now, the Seattle Seahawks,
Oh, my gosh, did they blow it? Did they blow it or did they not blow it?
they looked like geniuses right up until the 11th hour. Like,
Oh,
they
my
had
gosh, yeah.
back-to-back picks. They wheeled and dealed.
Yep.
They didn't have a lot of draft capital. They added 2 fourth-round picks. And
Yep.
all of a sudden, they're in a position at the end of the first round
Yeah.
to address 2 of their top 2 needs, which
And
is wide
did-
receiver and secondary.
Right.
And
didn't-
they could have taken, based on my board, the number 1 rated wide receiver, DK Metcalf,
Right.
and the number 1 rated corner in Greedy Williams. They could
Exactly.
have gone bingo, bingo, bango. All of a sudden, San Francisco fan is in the toilet.
And
I got
now-
diarrhea for days if they do this.
And now there's a chance you can get DK and you're laughing and you're smiling.
Thanks.
Either way.
Pete Carroll,
Wait a minute.
bravo. Well done.
Shut out. Either way, you're going to get a top-notch receiver in Frisco this year.
Oh, dude. A.J. Brown, who
You are going to get a receiver in
some
Frisco.
experts would pick
There's
A.J.
no
Brown
doubt about
ahead
it.
of DK Metcalf. There's no way in the top 5 picks of the second round that both of them are going to go. San Fran is going to get one of these guys.
Yeah.
So if you're a 49ers fan,
Yep.
be very happy. 'Cause
Christmas,
I am.
Christmas in April, my
Because
friend.
Nick Bosa was the number 1 ranked prospect in this draft.
Yep.
And we got him at number 2.
Yep.
And then now in the beginning of the second round, without having
You
to
got a
give
chance
up,
at a top 3
and
receiver.
we didn't have to give anything up. I wanted to trade up, remember? I was like,
You
trade
did-
up.
yeah,
Go do
yeah.
this, go do that. They just,
You are going to get a top 3 receiver in the draft this year. This is
Yeah.
insanity.
and those are the top 2 things we needed. We needed a wideout, and we needed an edge
Okay,
rusher.
and I haven't been saying it, but I'm going to say it. The running backs did not move in this draft.
which is good for you guys.
I need a backup for Zeke. It looks like I'm going to get a backup for Zeke in the draft this year, which makes me very happy. But let's wrap it up. It's been great doing it the first year with my boy D. Sanchez.
Yeah, man, my pleasure.
Don't
That
call him
was fun.
sidekick. Look forward to us because we are going to be doing our fantasy football podcast. The one I do every year, D. Sanchez is going to do it with me. We are going to give you our number 1 receivers for fantasy. Not our number 1 players for the league, but our number 1 players for fantasy. And we're going to be doing the quarterback, wide receiver, running back positions. If we do tight end, it's only because we're probably drunk at that point. We are going to mention some defensive players because I know I play defense in my my league. I think you do too.
Yep.
So we'll give you some help at defense as well. We'll probably make that a general defensive podcast. But we're back. Football's back. We got a lot to talk about.
And a
before.
quick little preview about the whole fantasy angle. I'm telling you right now, Marquise Brown, Baltimore, with Lamar Jackson.
He's already selling it.
Spreading the field,
He's already selling it.
using his legs to buy time.
He's already selling it.
He could be like a top 10 fantasy wide receiver this year.
Raiders fans have a running back that's not sharing the ball, and that's a beast. You better look at him.
I don't know. Chris Warren's pretty good, man. Chris Warren might be the starting running back in Oakland. I know only 1% of people out there know who that is.
Not gonna happen. You don't draft that high to sit anybody on the bench. He's a baller.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it, man. This is Brothers Talk Ball, the 2019 NFL Draft. Alongside, don't call me a sidekick, D. Sanchez, my boy Scotty Walker. This is your board-certified fantasy football guru saying bye from here, live at Boston Pizza in the heart of downtown Vancouver, as we are on location. Speaking of which, Brothers Talk is moving back home around the football season. So at the beginning of the year, we're going to be on location for a bit, but we're back in October. We're back home. And there's, as of now, there's so many brothers that want to open their lips. I cannot keep the calls away. And speaking of calls, this year we're actually featuring a call-in during the podcast. So you can call in and state your business and state your words and state what's on your mind. What do you think about that, D. Sanchez?
I just got to make sure I give my boys a phone number because...
I'm here. I'm not afraid. I will answer all phone calls.
There you go.
I take no prisoners. I run from nobody. When you're a board-certified fantasy football guru, you run from nobody. And if you want to win your fantasy league this year, you come right here to Brothers Talk.
Yeah, we'll give you the inside info.
Done. Then and you're going to see him all season.
If you trusted him last year, then you can maybe look to a new source of information.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody wants to hear it. Alongside D. Sanchez, get used to the face. You're going to see it all year. It's your boy D. Love, Thank you for joining us. It's been our pleasure. We'll see you soon. Coming up, it's Brothers Talk Ball. All of that.